Hey guys, it's Dr. Cody Dukes and we are back for another video. As always, if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. It'll help me to get seen in the algorithm. I'm uploading 5 videos a week. So if you guys like motivational or inspirational content with the pop culture twist on it, this is your channel. So please keep coming back. How many of you guys have seen the movie Friday? Now, I'm sure most of you are saying right now, who hasn't seen Friday? I know. Y'all probably thinking right now, hey, Smokey, what you doing back there? No, I'm joking. But the movie Friday is one of those iconic black films. We've all seen it. Most of us can probably quote it. And in fact, there was a point in my life where I could just about quote the entire movie. But the movie Friday, it has a lot of very iconic scenes, quotable scenes that kind of really stick out to a lot of us. And one of the probably most iconic scenes in that movie is the scene where there's a guy named Red and he pulls up in a car with his dad to talk to Debo. Debo is the hood bully. He is the big character who goes around and bullies people out of their things, out of fear that he's going to beat them up. So he's like your quintessential hood bully character. And Red wanted to get his bike back, his beach cruiser. And so he pulls up to the house with his dad, and Red says, hey man, can I get my bike back? No, in fact, this is actually how it goes, guys. I got to do it in character. Pop's tripping. He want me to ask for my bike back. And then Debo goes, what bike? And then here goes Red. The beach cruiser. I gave it to you last week. Here goes Debo. Oh, my bad, homie. I ain't even know you want it back. It's right over here. And just as he turns around to walk towards the bike and Red begins to follow him, Debo out of nowhere turns around and uppercuts him. And in true Hollywood dramatic fashion, Red goes flying through the air and he lays on the ground. And then one of the more main characters of the movie, Smokey, runs over and it gets in his face and says that iconic line, you got knocked the blank out, right? And we all know that line. And he, swinging his head, you got knocked the, you know how it goes. But then right after that part, right, Debo, he turns his attention to the father and he says, you want some of this too, old man? And his father, very wisely, seeing what he had just done to his son, Red, says, no. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie. And he begins to berate his son. I told you about coming around here messing with these folks. Get in the car. Now, while this scene is extremely funny and entertaining, this scene is a great example of how a lot of us live our lives and how a lot of us approach our goals and dreams and aspirations in life. A lot of us have seen others. Maybe it's somebody close to us, maybe a family member, a friend, a teacher, I don't know, a church member, I don't know. Or maybe it's somebody who's not too close to us, maybe somebody we saw on TV or somebody we heard about in the local newspaper. You don't really have those anymore, but maybe on social media, right? We've seen a lot of people around us go out and chase some of the very same dreams and aspirations that we have. And we saw that dream, that aspiration, we saw life act like it was going to give it to them and then turn around and uppercut them. And what they do, I'm bleeding, my mouth. I shouldn't have came around here messing with these people. They run. And we see them in that very same dream, that very same aspiration, that very same goal, turns his attention to us. and ask if we would like a try. And seeing what that dream, aspiration, or goal did to those around us, we, just like Red's dad, we say, no, I don't want any part of that. I'm more comfortable staying right here in my little box where I don't get hit in the mouth, where I don't get knocked out, where others don't get to see me get knocked out and come laugh at my lifeless body and say, you got knocked the blank out. We cannot be successful with this type of mindset. We cannot ever actually reach our goals and our dreams afraid to face the same type of failure just because we saw somebody else face it. Think about Michael Jordan. You know, there are legends that guys were afraid to even look him in the eyes when they played him, because they heard that if you look him in the eye, he's going to do to you what he's done to so many other people. As he would say in his documentary, I don't know if you guys saw the Chicago Bulls documentary, but anybody who he didn't like, he gave him 60. That's like I said, oh, I gave him 60. Oh, Clyde, oh yeah, I gave him 60. Oh, Magic, yeah, I gave him 60. Anybody who he maybe didn't like, what he do, he gave him 60. And there's so many guys who heard this legend about, oh, if you look him in his, don't look him in his eye when you play him. If you look him in his eye, he's gonna do to you what he did to them. And so what they do, they spend a whole game looking down. How you gonna guard somebody when you won't even look them in the eye? This is why I'm such a big fan of Kobe. You know, I bring him up all the time. This lets you know how big of a fan I am. Kobe said in the interview that when he first came in the league, they told him that same thing. You know what? Don't look Mike in the eye. Don't look him in the eye. You seen what he did to all them other people. He'll do it to you. And Kobe said, he said, what you talking about? Why would I look him in the eye? He said, they didn't understand. I got that same thing in me. That same thing that make people not want to look Mike in the eye. They not going to want to look me in the eye. And for you to be successful, you're going to have to see all those people fail. And you're going to have to be willing to say, that ain't me. I'm not like them. I'm like the people who were successful at this thing. I got that same dog in me that the people who were successful at this thing got. I'm going to be just like those successful people. Kobe Bryant is considered to be the closest thing the league has ever seen to Michael Jordan. And that's because he wasn't afraid to look him in the eye like everybody else. So my challenge, my challenge is this. What is the thing that you've seen other people fail at? The thing that you've seen other people shy away from, you've seen other people be destroyed by it. But secretly, you've always wanted to do it. Maybe it's start a business. Maybe it's, I don't know, marriage. You know, a lot of people have been scared off of marriage, and you secretly have always wanted to be married. You've always wanted that family structure, but you've heard the horror stories of how men get treated in marriage, or you've heard the horror stories about how once you get old, the man leaves you for somebody younger. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know, investments. You want to invest your money, but you've heard all the horror stories about how people get scammed, or how people put all their money into a business and the business goes under and then they have nothing left. What is the thing that you've wanted to do, but you've seen so many people fail at it? I want you guys to write that in the comments. And my challenge to you is, I want you to change your mindset and to be like Kobe. I want you to look at it and stop looking at how it's going to defeat you. I want you to find someone who's been successful at it. Study them. Study them. That's one of the reasons so many people are unsuccessful, is because they're not willing to go find free information. I can see if someone was hiding the information. We live in the information age. You can go find the information, study the people who've been good at it, and commit yourself to saying, no, I got that same thing in me. I'm not afraid to look Michael Jordan in the eyes. I got the same thing in me. That's my challenge. That's my video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit the bell. Guys, I'm uploading 5 videos a week, trying to bring you guys motivational, inspirational content with a pop culture twist on it. I cover things from movies and sports and superheroes, animes, cartoons, really anything that I can see a bigger message in. So if that's something you guys like, this is the channel for you. I appreciate you so much if you stuck around this long. Guys, keep coming back. Thanks.